Hey y'all, what's up? Eric Johnson back with y'all again with another breaking news story. I just want to say shout out to my homeboy LB. Go subscribe to it. Go subscribe to his channel, the political and sports channel of LB. If you could check the community tab on my channel, I put his latest video that he did on his channel. White supremacist couple, West Virginia couple kept black kids as slaves. Breaking news stories been all over the news. Sorry about that, y'all. My damn headphones just disconnected. But hey, Q Smooth, how you doing? Just reporting on some shocking news that's been out for a little bit. I will put the link to LB's channel to the latest video he put out. He did this a couple of hours ago, so y'all go give that brother some love and some support. I will put the link to the story that he put on his channel in a couple of seconds. Just trying to connect my headphones back together, but let me go on and put the story in the chat for y'all. But yeah, we're gonna get it started in a couple of seconds. We're gonna go through the information, play some videos, and just tell y'all my thoughts and perspective about the whole terrible situation going on with these, 5 adopted black kids. You know, they got caught up into a situation that, the system of white supremacy has always been using, kids, innocent children, especially black kids, as, scapegoats and shit. So we're gonna get into, this story as soon as we can. Yeah, I'm glad you heard of the story on Q Smooth. It is very sick and sad that the justice system didn't do right by these kids by actually doing, taking the necessary precautions of just letting anybody adopt kids, let alone black kids. I wouldn't want to have this on any kid, let alone any other person out there that actually want to, help kids get out of, foster care or, hostile situations with, like domestic violence or like, harsh environments and situations that they don't most likely can't control or try to get out of without violence happening. But yeah, here's the video. It should be uploading in a couple of seconds to LB's um channel. Y'all go show my boy LB some love. Check out the sports and political channel of LB. Here's the link right here to his latest video. And y'all go subscribe to his channel if y'all haven't already. I just hate that those kids had to go through that. And there was a lot of fuckery going on, with the process of actually letting these bastards out. The judge let these bitches out on bond. In my opinion, they should have had no bond. They should have just waited in jail until they was processed through the whole court case. And we're just gonna get through, the malarkey when it comes to these, white supremacists. I'm not gonna call them suspected white supremacists because they was out here putting kids through harsh conditions, putting them in sheds, not like taking care of them, just doing all types of anti-black American racism and just taking all types of things to the extreme. But you already know that white supremacists and crackers like these people, these unstable creatures, will do stuff like that to innocent children, definitely to black kids. So the justice system definitely failed these kids, and they definitely living by the system of white supremacy and going through the motions. But we're gonna get this story started. I'm getting this information from ABC News. Indictment alleges West Virginia couple used adopted black children as slaves. Judge says a couple in West Virginia is set for trial this year after some of their adopted children were found in a shed. This is coming from John Rabbi, Associated Press, June 26th, 2024 at 3:05 p.m. Let me put my other headphones on because my other ones keep disconnecting. Let me go on mute for a couple of seconds, then we'll get it back started. All right, we back, y'all. I had to upload my other headphones in so they can connect right. But we back at business. National headlines from ABC News catch up of the developing stories making headlines. I'm gonna play that video in a couple of minutes after I read this. A couple arrested for some of their adopted children were found locked in a shed at their West Virginia home. Locked in a shed, not locked in a room, not locked in a closet, but they was locked into a shed outside. Like there was a damn slave quarters. Like this was the fucking 1800s. It just goes to show you that in the year 2024, white supremacy will always try to take it back to the good old days. And they so much of a coward that they can't be out here, doing right by fighting white supremacy. They got to be practicing white supremacy as pieces of crap. Now, my brother LB has already, went 0 to 100 real quick on his video that he did this morning. So I'm going to try not to go overboard because, them boys be watching. They stay scheming. Let me keep going with this story. Adopted children were found locked in a shed at their West Virginia home are set for trial later this year on charges that a judge said involved their use as slaves. They adopted 5 children, 5 black children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 innocent black children as slaves. Donna Ray Lantz and Jeanne K. Whitefeather face trial later this year after they were arraigned in 16 counts each. Each of them had 16 counts of numerous violations accusing them of civil rights violations, human trafficking, forced labor, gross child neglect, and falsifying an application seeking a public defender. But all one of the counts are felonies. All these counts will be felonies. I don't know why. They say all but one of the counts of felonies. All these damn charges will be felonies. I don't know why they just trying to let them off, real smooth with it. You should be charging these bastards each with all felonies. If you have all the evidence of these people treating these kids as slaves, having them work in harsh conditions, in extreme weather conditions, it's the summertime. And I can tell you right now, West Virginia's heat most likely will be real harsh. It's almost 100 degrees down here in Athens, Georgia. So no telling how much the weather is in West Virginia. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Let me look it up for y'all because we in the month of June going into July. Let me look up West Virginia's weather. West Virginia weather. Okay, it's 74 degrees and raining in West Virginia right now. But if you go through the week, 85 Thursday, 88 Friday, Saturday, 87. So it ranges from, the mid 70s to the upper 80s. So you can't have kids like that out there working in those extreme harsh conditions, especially a kid who's 6 years old, 9 years old, and you couldn't even have teenagers out there doing that type of shit. But they out here just doing racist crap, as white supremacists always does. But let's keep on with the story. Lantz and Whitefeather are white, of course. With a name like Whitefeather, you couldn't be nothing but a white supremacist. Lantz and Whitefeather are white. 4 children whose initials are in the indictment are black. This definitely is racial for those who don't know and those who want to play stupid. The indictment said Lantz and Whitefeather forced them, threatened them, and interfered with the free exercise and enjoyment of any right and privilege of the 4 children. Kanawha County Assistant Prosecutor Madison Tuck said Wednesday that while she couldn't answer questions about specific details, I would just say that because of the indictment includes a civil rights violation, there is definitely a racial element to the case. No shit. If you are here adopting five black kids and trying to tell them to do stuff in slavery, trying to take it back to the good old days, of course it's going to be racial. What type of stupid shit is that? The couple's trial is set for September 9th. They definitely remain held at the South Central Regional Jail, and they shouldn't have had no damn bond. They should have still been in jail. I don't know why the judge was trying to set bond for these disgusting pieces of shit when they already sold 2 homes in different locations. So they definitely had the money to do anything that they wanted to do with these kids under these harsh, terrible conditions. But we're gonna keep this story going on. They're being held at the South Central Regional Jail. Circuit Court Judge Mary Claire Akers expressed shock after a grand jury indicted the couple in May, saying that at a June 11th arraignment that I don't think I ever seen an indictment like this in all my time as a judge, according to WCHS TV. Akers said that the indictment alleged the children was being used basically as slaves. No shit. Authorities began the investigation after they received a call to the home last October in Sissonville near Charleston, South Carolina, most likely. I don't know. For someone expressing concern about the children's welfare, sheriff's deputies forced their way into a shed next to the home where a teenage boy and girl were locked inside. So not only was you out here trying to use these kids as slaves, you was having these kids locked up into a shed which they couldn't leave. The shed was locked. Only way they could have got out of there if these pieces of shit would have let them out. Not on their own free will, but they locked them up like slaves. Now, they didn't have no running water, no bathroom facilities, according to a criminal complaint. And they saying that a teenage boy and girl were locked inside. The children have been deprived of adequate food and hygienic care, and the room had no running water, no bathroom facilities, according to a criminal complaint. Inside the main residence, a 9-year-old girl was found alone crying in a loft about 15 feet, let me correct myself, about 15 feet, 4.6 meters high, with no protection from falling. No adults were present at the home. So you had this little girl, this little 9-year-old black girl, crying in a loft about 15 feet high with no protection for falling. So if she could have got injured, she most likely would have, pray to God that she didn't hurt herself, let alone killed herself. And they wouldn't even most likely even cared, because we know white supremacists don't care about doing shit like this if you're trying to use, kids as slaves. It just goes to show you that under the system of white supremacy, none of us is safe as black folks, let alone our children. See, I got nieces and nephews, and I'd be damned if I see people, treat kids like this, especially black kids, black babies. Black babies are irreplaceable. Black babies are beautiful. I don't want no kid being used and abused like this, let alone my people. That don't make no damn sense. How they can just go to a adoption agency, didn't do no extreme background checks on these motherfuckers, didn't do no psychiatric, evaluations on these people. They just letting these people adopt kids by any means necessary. Just because these kids want a home, you ain't put them in a real good environment where real people will actually take care of these kids. So this don't make no damn sense, man. Let me see. A fourth child was at Lantz when he eventually returned. Deputies were later led to the couple's 6-year-old adopted black daughter, who had been with acquaintances from the couple's church. The couple was arrested and the children was placed under the care of Child Protective Services. Now, this is where I lose my fucking mind right here. This is where the shit really grinds my gears. Akers ruled the bonds for each of the defendants was insufficient and ordered them to increase the bond from $200,000 to $500,000 cash only. Now, this just goes to show you that if you out here as a white supremacist doing crazy shit like this, you can have the privilege of not only going to Burger King, fuck you, Dylan Roof, you piece of shit. You could be out here getting hugs from these damn police officers, not getting executed by these police officers when you out here doing massacres, doing all types of crazy shit, going into grocery stores, killing unarmed black people. You could just get bond. You can get a bond hearing. You can't be out here doing crazy shit as a foundational black American in the United States of America. You can even cross the street and the damn light be green and you ain't even tying your shoes right if the light is red in the opposite direction and get arrested and you can't get no damn bond. But if a motherfucker out here using kids as slaves, they could get a increase from a $200,000 bond to a $500,000 cash only bond, and they only have to pay a small percentage of that damn bond. So what's the use of giving these motherfuckers a bond when you have these bitches each on 16 felony counts? They shouldn't even had no bond or even had the chance to get bailed out. Like, what the fuck was the judge thinking? That don't make no damn sense. But stupid is and stupid does, and under the system of white supremacy, stupidity will always reign supreme when it comes to the clear people. Lantz attorney Ed Bullman said at the June 11th hearing that the charges were full of square pegs and very round holes. Ain't no such thing as square pegs and very round holes if you adopting kids, let alone black children, to be used as slaves and locking them up into sheds without no plumbing, not no home cooked meals, and etc. They don't make no damn sense. Now let me keep going on with this story before I have to, punch the air like Trey off Boys in the Hood. Whitefeather's brother Mark Hughes of Chesapeake, Ohio, testified during a bond hearing in Ohio that, in October. Excuse me, let me correct myself. At a bond hearing in October, that the home in Sissonville was unfurnished because the family was in the process of moving to a larger home in Beckley, according to WCHS TV. Bullshit. What I say, bullshit. He trying to take up for his punk ass brother, because most likely he was in on the scheme when it came to these kids being used as slaves. Now let me keep going. Whitefeather's attorney Mark Plantz referred to the shed as a teenage clubhouse. Said there was a key inside the shed, and that there was just a plain and simple misunderstanding about what is going on here. No, this is not a misunderstanding. This is not a simple misunderstanding where you're out here using black kids as slaves, locking them up into sheds and putting them through extreme harsh conditions. So you just another white supremacist piece of crap out here taking up for your plaintiff, but you don't care. You just want to get the money. But in a criminal complaint, Deputy H.K. Bert Dietz said he knocked on the shed door on October 2nd, and that the teenage girl inside indicated that she was unable to open it. After deputies forced their way in, the girl said, let me correct myself, the defendants had brought food to her and her brother early that morning, and that they had been inside for about 12 hours with no contact from the couple. The girl also said that she and her brother were not allowed inside of the house, and they were locked in the shed for long periods of time daily. Now, this motherfucker just said, let me say, his attorney Ed Bullman said that in July that the charges were full of square pegs and very round holes, but the teenage girl and the teenage brother clearly is not lying, that they said they've been locked inside this shed with no contact from the couple, and they said they were not allowed into the house and they were locked in the shed for long periods of time daily. The children were also dirty in clothes and smelled the body odor, and the boy was barefoot. So you didn't even have this damn kid on no damn shoes. You had him out here like he was one of the damn slaves off the Roots movie. And I hope that these kids can find and get the help that they need. And I hope that these kids don't have to go through none of this savagery from these two pieces of crap, these white supremacists, these evil pieces of donkey feces, Donald Ray Lantz and Jeanne K. Whitefeather, age 62 and age 63. Donald Ray Lantz, white supremacist number 1, is 63, and white supremacist number 2, Jeanne K. Whitefeather, is 62. So I guess birds of a feather flock together, and when the mayonnaise is spoiled, they ass come running with their spoons out. But let me keep going on with this story. It's saying that the boy didn't have any shoes on. He was barefoot and what appeared to be sores on his feet. In a court filing, Kanawha County Assistant Prosecutor Chris Kay said the couple had sold an 80-acre ranch for about $725,000 in Tocosek, Washington. Whitefeather's brother posted two $200,000 bonds to secure the defendant's initial jail release 3 days later. In March, the couple sold their Sissonville home for $295,000. Kindervach said. Separately, a U.S. magistrate's judge ruled in February that Child Protective Services failed to adequately investigate what happened with the children. You damn right. CPS definitely failed these kids. Didn't even do the process to take the necessary extreme precautions to do right by these damn kids. They just giving these kids away like they just Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that don't make no damn sense. Shame on you, Child Protective Services. Shame on Child Protective Services. Shame on that fucking judge for giving these two bitches bonds. Shame on that bitch ass brother for actually bonding these two pieces of crap out. Shame on the neighbors who wasn't actually reporting this shit when it actually was going on. Shame on the United States justice system for actually failing these damn kids. Shame on everybody, man. Shame on these white supremacists. They keep fucking with people in foundational Black American land, messing with our kids, messing with our children. No kid should be able to go through no shit like this, especially Black children, man. Always using our kids as easy targets, man. This don't make no damn sense. This shit really grinds my gears. This shit really wanting to make me, I ain't even gonna say it, man, because I got nieces and nephews, and they could have been going through some shit like this if, they didn't have no mother, let alone had my brother out here, being the father that he needed to be. Because, he's going through some things right now that he got to get through from a timely manner, but he's still out here trying to do his damn thing. But no kids be able to go through no evil shit like this from two white supremacists adopted children and using them as slaves. Now let me keep going on with this story. What happened with the children who were left to suffer at the hands of their adopted parents for months? The judge ordered CPS services to provide information in the case as part of an ongoing class action lawsuit that accuses the state of failing to protect children and fix its overwhelming foster care system. Associated Press written Leanne Willingham contributed to this report. And I will keep going on with this story a little bit longer because we do have some more extra information coming from another story coming from the AtlantaBlackStar.com website. And I got the link to that story in the chat for y'all right here. If y'all want to go look up at it, y'all can check the link right here in the on the screen, and y'all can check it out there in the chat. So let me keep going back to this extra information. All right, let me keep going. I'm gonna play the video in a couple of minutes after I read this information. It's horrifying. West Virginia judge revokes bond of white couple who reportedly kept their Black adopted children locked in said despicable conditions with no water, no lights, and little food. Let's see. At the time, police conducting a wellness check at the Shillane Lane home were shocked to discover two of the couple's five adopted children living in deplorable conditions, padlocked inside a ramshackle storage shed on the back of the property, which had no working lights or no working water. And I got a picture of the damn shed right here. I'll show it to y'all in a couple of minutes. They were accused of locking their adopted children in a barn in Sissonville, West Virginia. The abused children were identified only as a 14-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. A third child, identified as a 9-year-old girl, was confined to a loft inside of the main house, away from the presence of the adults and isolated from her other siblings, police said, according to the reports. At the initial court hearing in October, Lantz and Whitefeather pleaded not guilty, and KY County Circuit Judge Atkins set bond at $200,000 each. They should have had no bond in the first place, and they should have pleaded guilty to all these charges if y'all have the information and actually have the proof that these motherfuckers are out here doing this crap to these damn kids, locking them up into a ramshackle shed, padlocked, with no water, no food, no running toilets, etc., no air conditioning, having them work in harsh weather conditions, using them as fucking slaves. Like, come on now. Make it make sense. Now, let me keep going on with this damn story. The couple made bail in February, and they were released to await trial. See, this is where the court system fucked up at. They shouldn't even been released. They should have been set to rot in fucking jail until their trial got started. Why the fuck was you out here letting these damn white supremacists out here run free and do everything in their power not to get caught up into some extra shit? If you got 16 felony charges and only 15 of them sticking on each of these two pieces of crap, what make you think that they won't keep doing crap like this? Not in a different situation with other children, but with more Black kids, or even do more harsher crimes that'll cause more pain and suffering with other people by making them victims of their bullshit. They don't make no damn sense, man. They remained it free for several months, but in May, a grand jury indicted the couple on more than a dozen new charges, the most serious being human trafficking of a minor, which prompted the judge to revoke the lawyer bond, ordering the couple held in lieu of $1 million. They should have had no damn bond. You should have said, "I'm giving you no bond. You remain in the jail until we have y'all on trial for these charges that y'all have been charged for." See, if a motherfucker cross the street and the light is red, a nigga can go to jail for 35 years. You still in the damn pair of socks out of the Dollar General, you can go to jail for the longest. But these motherfuckers get the right and the privilege to actually get bonded out of jail. That don't make no damn sense. Make it make sense. The people who don't need bonds, the court system do the opposite of and let them out. But if a motherfucker is late on his child support payments and he out here trying to do right by his family, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, y'all try to arrest him for some bullshit. Make it make sense. Now let me keep going on with this story, man. Along with human trafficking and neglect with serious risk of bodily injuries or death, I don't find the bond to be sufficient. Akers told defense attorneys during the second bond hearing. They shouldn't even had a bond hearing. They shouldn't have had no bond hearing the first time or the second time. They should have had no bail, no bond. They should have still been remained in jail. These are serious charges. These are black children we're talking about. I don't want this happening to no kids, let alone any other black children who actually trying to be out here trying to find a home. Been through a lot of pain and suffering. They taking a chance with people they don't even know. This is why we need to have psychiatric wards back, because they just let anybody, any motherfucker out here adopt kids. You see white people with black children all the time abusing them, doing all types of crazy sick shit with these damn kids. Then when something tragically and something bad happens to these kids, then you want to provide justice. Then you want to pull the hammer down and just get your Judge Joe Brown on. You could have been had these motherfuckers locked up a long time ago. No telling how long they've been abusing these damn kids. No telling what other sick shit they was doing to these damn kids that the people don't know about. The upgraded charges included alleged use of a minor child in forced labor, child neglect, creating a substantial risk of seriously bodily injury or death, as well as false swearing on potential civil rights violations based on color, race, or ethnicity, according to court documents. The indictment suggests that 3 of the 5 adopted children were black, and that the human rights charges stemmed from those children being significantly targeted and forced to work because of their race. A small toilet seat torn from an RV was placed in the barn for the children to share wherever they had to go to the bathroom, police said. During the second bond hearing, Whitefeather explained that the barn where the children were found was a teenage clubhouse and maintained that the children were not actually locked inside. Bullshit. They just said earlier in the article I was reading that the shed was padlocked. So you lying, you piece of crap. This dude just lied. They should add more charges to that, lying in front of a court judge. When you see in the documents and in this story, they had the shed padlocked. They couldn't get out unless they had the key. That don't make no damn sense. Lying. But neighbors dispute the claim, saying that the children were forced to perform farm labor. They were forced to perform farm labor and were not permitted inside the residence. The indictment states that the children were not allowed into the house. They weren't allowed inside the residence. They were forced to perform farm labor, and they were not allowed into the house. They was locked inside the shed for 12 hours or maybe even longer. When rescued, the 16-year-old girl informed deputies that they had been locked in the barn for approximately 12 hours and had last eaten around sunrise. According to Burnett, the children locked inside could not exit the shed, and deputies had to force themselves inside of the shed, break the padlock that was on the shed to get the damn kids out. The 14-year-old boy and the 16-year-old girl. Deputy H.K. Burnett entered the shed, and they were immediately noticed a disturbing smell and a wave of heat due to the lack of circulating air. Now I will play this I will play this video that's coming from No Context Dr. Umar parody account on Twitter and X and in reverse. So I will play that right now for y'all. But before I do that, fair use copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Now let me gonna upload the video for y'all. Let me start the video over again.
Adoptive parents of 3 children are in jail today after Kanawha County deputies said 2 teens were found locked inside a barn. Hannah Klein breaks down the investigation after deputies say they received a 911 call from someone concerned about the kids. A stunning find in Sissonville has led to the arrest of 2 adoptive parents.
You're being charged with a felony, child neglect, creating risk of injury.
Donald Lantz and Jeanne Whitefeather now in jail as their children are now with CPS. It started on Monday when deputies got a call just before 6 o'clock in the evening. The 2 children were being locked in a barn at this home on Cheyenne Lane in Sissonville.
They weren't able to locate any guardians or parental figures or anybody around the residence or the barn, and started having a conversation with 2 children that were inside the barn.
Deputies eventually forced their way into the barn, where they said they found a 16-year-old girl and 14-year-old boy inside a 20 by 14-foot room. Investigators say the teens had no way to get out of the shed, with no running water, no bathroom. The girl told deputies their parents had brought them food around 6 o'clock that morning, but said her and her brother weren't allowed in the house and were locked in the barn for long periods every day. Eyewitness News spoke to neighbors who were afraid to go on camera, but claimed multiple families called police about the children's safety several times, and they are thankful they are now safe.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty bad case. I mean, it's any type of situation like this, it's not really comparable. A horrific condition like this, just not how you want or how you would even expect children to be raised.
Now, let me just say something. The neighbors did call the police several times, but the thing that I don't fucking like is why did it take them so fucking long to actually go over there and investigate what the hell was going on with these fucking 2 pieces of white supremacist shit? They don't make no damn sense. If you've seen these kids go through harsh conditions, being used as slaves, being used as forced labor, like, why the police didn't go over there? Why did it take them so fucking long to process these 2 pieces of monkey crap? Like, this don't make no damn sense, man. But if a black person do that type of shit, the whole SWAT team would have been out there. Every goddamn county sheriff, deputy, and goddamn law enforcement agency would have been there from a 50-mile radius. They would have swarmed on that nigga like roaches to pizza. But let the video finish for y'all, then we'll keep going on with the story.
Or been taken care of.
Lantz and Whitefeather eventually showed up at the home. They're now charged with child neglect, creating substantial risk of injury. The mother admitted the children were left in the shed, but reportedly told deputies they, quote, liked it.
They're trying to...
Bullshit. What kid would want to be locked up in the shed with no AC, no water, no way to use the bathroom, no way to get in and get out if something happened? What if this shed caught fire? How those kids were gonna be able to get out? What if something bad happened around that shed? Like, come on now. What kid would want to be locked up in the shed like that, like a damn slave? Let those 2 pieces of shit get locked up in the shed for 12 hours, only get to eat one time. Got fed 6 a.m. in the morning and then come back until later. What type of shit is that? The boy didn't have no damn shoes on. He had sores on his fucking feet. What type of fucking stupid ass question is that, man? Don't make no goddamn sense, man. They liked it. Ain't no black kid like no shit like that. no damn kid like no shit like that. But apparently these two black children that you adopted liked it that. Don't make no damn shit. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Get the children back in better living conditions, better placement, and the detectives will continue to investigate and build this case.
In Sissonville, Hannah Klein, Eyewitness News.
Hannah, thank you. And deputies said a third child who was about 5 or 6 years old was found alone in the main home. And the child was found crying and close to the railing of an approximately 15-foot drop from a loft.
Thanks for watching. And here's another video from Eyewitness News.
Yeah, man, I just had to play that video, man, because this shit is fucking disgusting, bro. Like, they let pieces of crap out here adopt children, especially black kids, because they be using them as fucking props, man. A lot of these white supremacists have a fetish of doing sick shit like that, and I don't like that crap, man. These motherfuckers need to do better at child protective services at these adoption agencies when it comes to people out here trying to adopt fucking kids, man. You need to look into their background, criminal history, all that shit, man. Using these damn kids as slaves, locking them up in a damn shed for 12 hours or maybe even longer. Might have been doing shit sexually to them. No telling what these kids had to go through. The children told investigators that they was forced to sleep on a bare concrete floor with no mattresses or covers. Now, I don't care how harsh the damn jails are in the United States of America or how harsh the prisons are in the United States of America, but you don't see a lot of these motherfuckers sleeping on concrete floors with no mattresses. At least if you get be in a jail cell, you get a damn mattress. At least you get some comfort of sleeping well. These kids didn't even have the comfort of sleeping well. They sleeping on bare concrete with no mattress or covers. Police remained at the house for 3 hours before Lantz arrived home with a 11-year-old boy. When authorities checked the home for other potential victims, they found the 9-year-old holed up in the loft. Lantz was then placed under arrest. They should have beat it. Let me be quiet. I almost said something. But I had to catch myself. I had to bite my tongue because the shit I want to say on this video, most likely my channel will be gone. But I'm gonna just be quiet. About an hour later, Whitefeather returned home and guided deputies to another 6-year-old girl who was visiting with another couple from the church. During the latest bond hearing, Kanawha County prosecutors argued that the couple's original cash bonds were likely obtained through trafficking profits, pointing to the fact that the couples produced a $400,000 bond despite the lack of obvious means to do so. At the second proceeding, Lantz and Whitefeather claimed they possessed no income or assets, raising questions about the source of the funds for their bond. They shouldn't have had no fucking bond. You wouldn't even have to go through all that shit of trying to figure out what type of assets do they have. They shouldn't have had no fucking bond. They should have been bailed out of jail. They should have been in jail until they got sentenced. They don't make no damn sense. In early February, the couple sold an 80-acre ranch in Tonasek, Washington for around $725,000, and days later, Whitefeather's brother Marcus Hughes, the piece of shit, posted 2 bonds for $200,000 to release the couple from the South Central Regional Jail. And they sold another home in Sissonville. They sold their Sissonville home when they were arrested for $295,000. So between those two places that they sold, they had $1 million plus. So they actually had the money to get out of jail. They shouldn't have had no bail, no bond, no nothing. They should have been in jail. They should have been there to rot. They should have went into their jail cells, took their damn toilet out, took their damn mattress out, and had them sleep on the fucking concrete floor. They should have had no commissary. They shouldn't even been able to eat. They shouldn't even been able to shit, and they shouldn't even been able to wash their fucking ass with soap. They should have been there. They should have been in their jail cells rotting like the pieces of crap that they are. All those funds have been seized by the court as potential profits from human trafficking, rendering them inaccessible to the defendants. Prosecutors ordered that even if the bond money came from legitimate sources, it was intended to further human trafficking and forced labor operations. Akers also remarked that the case was unlike any other that she have heard during her entire career as a judge. It alleges human trafficking false. It is human trafficking, human rights violations, and the use of forced labor. Akers said, according to reports, human rights violations specific to the fact that these children was targeted because of their race, them being black, of course, and they were used basically as slaves for what the indictment alleges. Both these two pieces of shit pleaded not guilty to the new charges in the indictment. However, they remained in jail and they have been unable to meet the higher bond amount. They should have had no fucking bond. They don't need no bond. Keep these pieces of shit in jail. Don't give them the freedom to even breathe fresh air. Every time they fucking fart, they should just smell their own stench because they stink. Keep giving these pieces of shit bond hearings, bail hearings. No, they don't need no fucking bond. They need to be in jail rotting. And they need to go to prison for life for having them kids out there as fucking slaves. Keep them locked up in sheds. Treating them like pieces of rotten fruit. Just playing with them. Like this a game of fucking ping pong. Don't make no fucking sense. The Child Protective Services failed these damn kids. The court system failed these fucking kids. Everybody who was involved with these damn kids in a negative manner failed these damn kids. The adoption agency failed these damn kids. Didn't go through the damn process of seeing what the fuck these people was going through. Didn't know what these people's background was. You were just giving these kids away like they was Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, this little nigga right here is a blue eyes white dragon. This one is a dark magician. Okay, that's a little cute little kid right there. We can use him at the plantation. He look like a little Karibo. They just using these damn kids, passing them around like they pieces of candy, man. The money should go to them damn kids. The money should go to them damn kids. Them kids suffered enough. Them kids suffer enough for the longest with these pieces of shit. They shouldn't keep the damn money. That money should go to those fucking kids. Their next court appearance is scheduled for September 9th. You heard the testimony about what these children were going through, and it's horrifying and despicable. Kanawha County Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Deborah Rusnak said, according to Metro News Television, there is no other way to describe it. It ain't no other way to describe it because it's plain and fucking simple. They were using these damn kids as fucking slaves, and they was getting their rocks off by having these 5 children as their playthings, as their damn play toys. Thank God that the damn police actually did their fucking jobs right and arrested these pieces of shit. Until some bad, I thank God nothing else bad happened to these damn kids, because most likely it could have ended real bad for these damn kids. They could have winded up dead, and most likely nobody wouldn't even fucking knew it until Child Protective Services or somebody who was doing their damn wellness checks came in and seen these damn kids living like that. And no telling whoever was doing those fucking wellness checks, was they getting paid? Who else was getting their hands pumped? Who else was putting the grease on these dudes' hands so they can get their cut of the forced labor that these fucking kids had to go through? Crazy, man. Crazy, man. The moral of the story is, us as Foundation of Black Americans need to protect our children at all costs. Protect your nieces, protect your nephews, protect your children, your sons, your daughters. Protect everybody around you in your family. Because when you have white supremacist pieces of shit out here like Donald Ray Lantz and Jeanne K. Whitefeather, they can use your significant others, innocent kids, innocent people around you in your environment as target practice. They can use your significant others, your nieces and nephews, your sons and daughters, your uncles, your aunts, your grandparents, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, etc. as target practice. They can use them as victims under the system of white supremacy. I just hate that those kids had to go through shit like that, man. They already been through enough, been through the whole adoption agency, hoping and wishing that somebody would come give them a better life. But no, they got adopted by these 2 pieces of crap. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say about this video, man. I hope that these motherfuckers rot in jail for the rest of their natural fucking born lives I hope that they don't get no redemption. I hope that each of these motherfuckers find. Let me just be quiet because I don't want to. I'm trying not to say nothing like really extreme to the point that I get a strike on my channel, but yeah, man, these two pieces of shit are just fucking despicable. They have no soul. They just trash, human garbage, fucking feces. Disgusting. I can't even call them human to do innocent children like this. Innocent black children. I don't want no child going through no shit like this, but especially with me being a black American and me seeing children like this going through stuff like that, I find this really disgusting, man. And I'm trying not to say nothing like I'm trying to watch myself, man, because it just pisses me off. It just pisses me off to see people like this do shit like this to our children, man. Then you have the court system not actually bringing the true justice to the people who actually doing stupid shit out here like that. Like you giving them every chance in hell to be out here still doing the same shit to different victims. You give them a chance to keep their criminality going on. You give them a chance to make more victims, to have more people out here crying. You ain't actually putting these pieces of shit in jail, in prison to rot. But yeah, man, let me go on and end the video, man. Thank y'all for coming in. For the ones who came in, thank you, Q Smooth, for coming in. Catch me on the next video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Just put your comments in the comment section. Thumbs up the video if you haven't already. And I will see y'all on the next video. If we get more updates on these situations going on with these damn kids and these two pieces of shit, these white supremacists, I'll let y'all know. But their next hearing is at their next court appearance is scheduled for September 9th. So we'll keep up with this story as soon as we get any more updates. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe, stay strapped, and definitely, please, brothers and sisters, protect your children at all costs. In the words of the late, great Malcolm X, by any means necessary.